Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great night, having a good time. Whatever you're doing, if you're enjoying that new PS5 or that new Xbox Series X, or if you're just chilling with some old school games, hope y'all are enjoying it, having a good time. Wanted to do a quick video tonight. A lot of you all have been asking me about how I feel about Tifa, how she was used in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and where I think they're going with her in the future. I think it's pretty obvious the kind of character that they want Tifa to be. But before I get into that, I wanted to let you all know, if you dig the video, you dig my content, throw a like on the video. I appreciate it. It just helps more people see my stuff. Subscribe to the channel. I was looking at my stats, like only 25% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. Like 70 to 75 to 78% of the people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So if you like it, subscribe. I really appreciate it. The love, the shout outs on social media, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is a Tifa video. This is where I think Tifa is going to be going in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 and beyond. So I really think in the first game, they kind of set her up. Well, we all know that Tifa is a badass, right? We all know she can take care of herself. She's a badass. She's tough. All the Final Fantasy women in 7 can take care of themselves, and they're badasses. All the characters are badasses in their own right. Tifa especially, though, because her moves are super powerful. But not only that, getting away from that kind of stuff, she is really positioned as the mom of the group, right? She takes care of everybody. She takes care of everybody's Seventh Heaven. She takes care of Marlene. She really takes care of the Avalanche members too, and she makes sure Cloud's set up and taken care of and all this kind of good stuff. And Cloud, she really tries to rekindle that friendship that they had when they were younger. She's trying to pull that back, but they make it very clear very early that Tifa realizes something is up with Cloud, something is not right. Even though they have been apart for a long time, life has taken them in different directions, she knows there is something wrong with Cloud, right? So I think if you look at where they're going and the things that still have to be done in the game, Tifa is going to be the glue, the rock that holds the group together, right? Like, if you think about moms and how they work in families, right? She's usually the last one to get a meal in. She's the first one to make sure that everybody's taken care of. That is how Tifa functions in the group. Even in the OG game, right? In Final Fantasy VII Original, her character was like that. But they are really expounding on it in this. There are scenes like when she's getting Cloud set up in his apartment in Sector 7 when they first get there. And then when Cloud discovers, what's his name? This guy are sick, you know, that guy. I think he was number 48 or whatever. Marco. She was like, this is him. You know, we put him up here. He's not doing too good. Can you keep an eye on him for me? For me, you know, she's even watching over this guy. She watches over all these different people. And everybody loves Tifa, not just because she's hot or whatever, but because they genuinely love Tifa in the game. And the same thing is true for Aerith too. Like the people that know Aerith in her area, both women are genuinely just good, solid women, right? Everybody loves them, both of them. And Tifa and Aerith are alike in so many ways. There's so many parallels between the two of them, just in their characters and how they are. Tifa comes from a different life kind of than Aerith does, but Tifa lost her folks, right, because of some Shinra shenanigans with Sephiroth and the village and everything in Nibelheim. Aerith lost her parents because of some Shinra shenanigans, right? So both of them are like from a tragic past, both of them perpetuated by Shinra for different reasons. Tifa was collateral damage. Aerith was the direct target, right? But they both came to where they're at by similar means. And they both care genuinely for people around them. Tifa, I think what we're going to get with her in game number 2, I think she's gonna have a big role in like the recruiting process for the new characters, like with Yuffie and Vincent and Sid, and not Kate Shee so much, because we know why Kate Shee is going to be there. And if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it, right? But we know why he's going to be there. Vincent, I could see Tifa being close, not romantically close to Vincent, but, you know, being like, hey, if you need to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. And him being like, I don't need to talk to anybody, you know? And then like, well, I'm kind of having a down moment. I'd like to talk to you for a minute. You know, Vincent's super cool. That's who I'm waiting on. I can't wait for some Vincent Valentine. But I think him and Tifa are going to have like, I think him and Tifa will have a friendship, a kinship. And I think Tifa will be a big part of talking to these new outsiders and communicating to the group for them, like in some of the story and the character stuff, right? I think Tifa's naturally a character that's all the characters feel like they can confide in, right? Barrett's close with Tifa. Cloud has a closeness with Tifa. Aerith has a closeness with Tifa now. Everybody is drawn to Tifa. You know, people want to talk about how people are drawn to Aerith. Well, she's naturally so, right? She's an ancient. She has a natural magnetism about her. She has a natural, like, effervescent spirit about her. She has a natural draw about her. Tifa does not have that genetically. That's just who she is. So I think we're going to get a lot of stuff where, you know, people confide in her. And, you know, I think Vincent and Sid and Yuffie, I think they will have a closeness with Tifa. Now, I also think Tifa is going to be starting to break through Cloud's icy shell in Game 2. I think that sequence of events is probably going to happen differently than it did in the original game. I think what we're probably going to get is Tifa having enough and calling Cloud on his bullshit. I think she's going to get frustrated with Cloud, and then point blank just kind of be like, what is wrong with you? What is up? What is the deal? Some things aren't adding up. I think because in the original game, you didn't get any of that really until you had the moment where they were both in the live stream and they were both in Cloud's consciousness, and Tifa has to pull him back. I think you'll still get that scene in like game number 3, right? But I think thematically and plot wise, I think there's going to be some tension because of Tifa and Cloud's relationship. I think they'll probably get a little distant in game 2. But we all know by the end of the story they come together. You know, Cloud and Tifa, you know, I'm a big Aerith fan, but I don't do shipping and all that kind of stuff, you know. But I think it's pretty clear from the end of the story in Advent Children and where they're going with it and everything that the writers want Cloud and Tifa to be a thing, right? That's what the creators obviously kind of want, right? Because Aerith is, you know, no spoilers, but Aerith isn't in the picture at the end of all that. But I think it would be good to see Tifa butt heads with Cloud a little bit. Not in like too much of a domineering, like distracting way, because that's not her character, right? Her character is to keep the peace and to make sure everybody's good. But I think there will come a point in game number 2 where she calls Cloud on his bullshit. And I hope so, because I think that would add like a gravitas to the character. You know, because she's not a pushover. She doesn't need to be presented as one, especially within the group. You know, sometimes when a mom has to kind of rally the family, you know, or whatever, or something bad's happening, sometimes the mom has to get gruff. And I think in game number 2, the mom of this group is going to get a little gruff, and I would love to see that. I want to see that from the Tifa character. I think the voice actress playing her is fantastic. I loved her performance in game number 1. There's a lot you can do. She's always confident, cool and confident. I love the way they portrayed her. I want to see more of that. But I want to see a conflict. I don't want to see just her, you know, calm, cool, and in control at all times. I want to see a great character arc for Tifa. I want to see, because she has to become the person that is willing to jump into the live stream and put Cloud back together and pull him out. because Tifa has a huge part in saving the world in Final Fantasy VII. Not just because she saves Cloud, but she is Cloud's anchor. She really is. After everything that happens, she is Cloud's anchor. And without that, the world is doomed. And you know, I think Final Fantasy VII does a really good job of that. I think it really shows how important not just the person who can save the world is, but how the relationships around them are important. Final Fantasy VII did a really good job of that. It was the relationship with Aerith that broke Cloud when, well, everybody, I mean, spoiler alert, when Aerith dies, right? When Aerith dies, that breaks Cloud. So that is almost the undoing of the world. And then Tifa putting him back to, literally putting him back together in his psyche and pulling him out, pulling the real Cloud out. The real Cloud that skewered Sephiroth and discarded him back in Nibelheim during the reactor incident. That Cloud pulls him back out of the mess and delivers the hero that can help save the day. But he continues to lean on her, even in the end, you know? Like when, you know, I think we need to get a lot of dialogue. I want a lot more dialogue. I want a lot more interaction with her. And like I said, as far as recruiting the different members of the team go, Vincent, Yuffie, Cid, I want Tifa to have a hand in those negotiations to bring them in. Like, you know, we want you to be a part of this. You know, hey, stop hiding in the trees. Come on out. Let's talk. You know, you're not going to steal our stuff. Let's talk. You know, we can take you. Or Vincent, you know, hey, I know you've had a rough go of it. You know, let's talk about it. You don't seem like a bad dude. Let's talk about it. You know, I mean, yeah, I could see Vincent especially opening up to Tifa. And I could see Tifa at the same time when Cid is going all domestic on Shara, you know, I could see Tifa standing up and be like, what's your problem? Like putting the finger in his face. What's your problem? Don't talk to her like that. What do you get off talking to her like that for? Hey, Shara, why are you taking this from him? I could see that. I want to see that. I want to see that, you know. So the possibilities story-wise for Tifa are really endless because of the role that she plays within the group, like going back to what I said at the beginning of the video. But I'm really excited about where all this could be going. Really excited for when they get to Nibelheim, right? The music, the mood, like her whole character and demeanor is going to change when they get back to their hometown. It's going to be weird and uncomfortable, and I really hope that's where they go with it, because I think that's what everybody's going to be kind of holding their breath for when they finally get to Nibelheim. How is Tifa going to react? Not so much Cloud, because Cloud's memories have been manufactured, right? How is Tifa organically going to react to being back there? I mean, that's... And Zagan, however you say his name, her teacher. I want to see him. He's out there in the world somewhere, this great martial arts teacher, this roaming Ronin, you know, who teaches the ways of martial arts to any student worthy of his training. I want to see this dude too. I want to see her talk about him. I want to see her talk about that dude. Awesome. There's so many great possibilities and different ways they could go with Tifa. I'm excited just for those things. I'm not really predicting any specific things, but just the idea of kind of where I would like to see that character go and her role in the ongoing story and the telling of the remake. So anyway, let me know what you all think about that. Where do you all want to see the Tifa character go in the next game? I'm really excited to be talking about this again, to be getting the feedback from you all. It's really good. It's really great. I'm really enjoying the interaction. So if you all haven't followed me on Twitter, the Twitter handle is right there in the top corner of the screen with my Instagram handle, Kaufman20XX. You can follow me there, talk about it on Twitter. Let's get the conversation rolling. And until then, until the next video, I will see you all soon. Keep rocking. Have a great night. Enjoy those new next-gen systems. I don't have one. Hopefully soon I will. So you all take care. Have a great night. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And I will see you all next time.